Hey everyone, I hope you are all doing well. Today's video is the first part of many to come that focused on K-pop beauty ideals. Today we'll be tackling skinny shaming. Before I begin, if you find this topic triggering, please do not force yourself to watch this. I will make another video soon for you. I don't want anyone to be stressed or triggered by my videos, except haters. I won't be talking about anything graphic or specific, but I thought I'd let you know. Now, what is skinny shaming? Obviously, it's not real, right? I mean, everyone wants to be skinny. Why would it be shamed? Well, unfortunately, skinny shaming is a very real part of bullying in the entertainment industry, just like fat shaming, which I will make a video on soon. Being skinny isn't something most people can control. Media has such strict ideas, whether it be Hollywood or K-pop. You have to be skinny, but not too skinny. You should have curves, but in the right places. Have a thigh gap and abs, but not too much. And even after all that working out, you need to have smooth skin with no cellulite. But remember to work out evenly. No skipping leg day. But even then it's not enough. Why? Well, your proportions have to be the exact right size. Your legs and torso must be the perfect ratio. And don't even get me started on facial features and skin color. Point is, it isn't easy. Messing with your body can have dire consequences on your physical and mental health. But of course, this doesn't apply to idols, right? Because that's their jobs. They don't have a life or family or other passions that can get destroyed by this immense pressure. I'm sure they all want to become an idol because of the crippling pressure and not so that they can perform. I want to show you a few examples of idols that have been skinny shamed in the industry. Sunmi, Red Velvet's Wendy, GOT7's Bam Bam, 17's The 8, Blackpink's Lisa and Rose, and so many more. Now some idols are naturally skinny. By that I mean, when they are healthy, not restricting, starving or exerting themselves, they remain on the leaner side of thin. Sunmi is one such idol. She has reminded her fans and others who quote, worry, that she cannot control the way she looks because that's how her body works. Now, I'm no scientist, but let's pretend I am. Some people have different bodies than others. I know, sounds strange, but stick with it. There's this thing called metabolism and it functions very differently among different people. For some, it's fast. This means it digests foods and breaks down stuff faster and easier, thus, keeping you thin. Others have a slower metabolism. Nothing wrong with it, but their work ethic is just different, which means when left alone, the body is just going to naturally set on a heavier side. Both these bodies are healthy and both of these can also be unhealthy, based on what's going inside. But since we can't see what that is unless we are their doctors, we have no right to tell them what is a healthy shape or size or weight for them to be at. Get it? This isn't anything new. Yoona and Taehyung from Girls' Generation are examples of idols that have been skinny shamed for years. They even revealed how they became happy when they gained weight, proving that it's natural for them to be on the skinnier side. I understand that fans that show worry and concern mean well. They want their idols to be healthy and happy, but self-love and body acceptance isn't going to go away just because you spammed "don't diet" on their Instagram post. This is something that is rooted deep into many idols' heads when they start training. They align their self-worth with how their body looks, and it's a dangerous cycle. But some fans' concern sounds like criticism and blaming. I understand that skinny idols can set a standard in the heads of young girls, but these idols aren't responsible for young children. They have either been forced to look a certain way or they just do. Asking them to change that is not in their control, and if they try, it can mess with their health and image. Stop expecting idols to be parenting your children. Some of y'all are the same people who point out the minute an idol looks 1 pound heavier and then criticize them for being too skinny and having an unrealistic body. Now, this does not mean that every idol that is skinny is healthy. In fact, in my opinion, I think most idols are not at healthy weights. It's impossible to decipher each one, but one such idol is Wendy. From her pre-debut pictures as well as when she is off duty, you can see that her body's natural resting weight is around this. However, this is seen as overweight in K-pop for some deranged reason, and that's why Wendy has experimented with unhealthy yo-yo dieting, which is awful for your health. During the Red Flavor era, you can see that she shed a lot of weight. She finally thought that people would stop commenting about her being overweight, but instead, they started skinny shaming her and blaming her for being a bad influence. Can you see how unreasonable this is? Wendy had to hear that she was overweight all the time up until that point. She worked hard like crazy to lose it, but now, she's a bad example. She can't win. I think she finally landed on a place where she was comfortable with her body in the power-up era onwards. But unfortunately, due to her accident, she has to face comments about her looks yet again. Other such idols who have been ruthlessly bullied about their figures are Lisa and Rose from Blackpink. They have comments calling them out on their figure in almost every fancom, and it's disheartening. Especially Lisa. Lisa's body shape is unique and she has quite broad shoulders and a smaller bust. People hate on her, calling her a man for lacking curves, while Rose doesn't receive the same amount of backlash. She gets comments about her legs looking like they would snap like twigs. The number of times I have seen that is horrendous. From my knowledge, I'm pretty sure Lisa has always been naturally skinny. In fact, even in her pre-debut pictures, I haven't seen her figure fluctuate and it remains at the size she is. Yes, according to her height and BMI, she is considered underweight, but Lisa has revealed how she doesn't diet but naturally just has a leaner body type. This makes the comments she receives even more annoying because she clearly cannot control how her body looks. Of course, she can binge and put on weight for a while, become sick and unhappy, but her body will naturally go back to its resting state, which for her looks like this. For Rose, I haven't seen her weight fluctuating much either, but I do think she has gotten skinnier every comeback. I think maybe she is a bit leaner than her natural state, but if she is healthy and comfortable, and she is a grown woman with other adults around her, I'm sure she knows how to handle her body. She does not need comments pointing out her ribs and bones sticking out, especially in her solo performance where she is singing and performing her butt off. You'll still point out her body. Then you wonder why K-pop is obsessed with body image. We are the problem. I don't know if you have noticed, but I have purposely talked about female idols here, but body shaming isn't exclusive to just women in the industry. Male idols like Jimin, Taehyung and so many more are also subjected to comments and hate like this. I will talk about that in detail in another video where I focus on male body image, so stay tuned for that. I just want to say, I know most K-pop idols are every skinny, and because they are the faces in the industry, they give rise to even more ideals of being a skinny or even more. But that does not mean you are being empowering by putting down skinny idols like Lisa to bring up curvier idols like Hwasa. If you think you are being a feminist by ridiculing one type of body to praise another, let me stop you right there. The idea of an unrealistic body can go both ways. For people like Hwasa, being as skinny as Lisa seems unrealistic, but on the other side, for people like Lisa, being curvy like Hwasa is unrealistic. Stop pushing people with one type of body to become like the other and embrace everybody in general. This begins with less articles about the quote hottest bodies. The most beautiful body or the ideal shape for you is very different to what I find appealing. Using images of one type of body and spreading it to people by labeling it as the most desirable is screwing with people's perception of beauty. All bodies are beautiful because they give you life. Stop messing around with unhealthy practices and diets to try to get a body that isn't made for you. Be your healthiest and happiest self. That is it for this video. Please keep in mind that this is the first of many, and I will talk about male idols and also fat shaming in later parts. Like and subscribe so that I know that you like it when I talk about these topics. We need to be able to begin conversing about such topics openly, take the stigma off of it, and then make a change. Please let me know what your opinions are as a K-pop fan. Remember to take care of your health and be safe. I will see you in my next video.